Hi, I'm Jacob Nutter, and for my practice further oral activity, I will be evaluating how the use of language and imaging techniques can be used by the media to shape the views of society. Well, I have three images, each of them part of a campaign to raise awareness about the blood diamond crisis going on in Africa. Now, basically, the blood diamond crisis is in rebel-held regions of Africa. Where there are diamond deposits, there are these diamond mines, and the diamond mines are using slave labor, and the slaves are apparently treated pretty terribly. And we in America, we don't hear about that part of the story. All we see is the product, the beautiful diamond ring, and we don't think about what pain and what torture of workers was put into the production of that. So, our first image, it's on a white background, and the focal point is a photograph in the middle of the page, and it's a jewelry box, and it's open, but instead of having a ring inside, it's filled with dirt, and there's a small shovel to the side of the jewelry box, and it's also stuck in dirt. And on the top, the header in a fancy cursive-like font is for every box that is opened, someone else's is closed. Now, you can see it's in a cursive font, which is characteristic of luxury product ads such as diamonds. So this might also be a parody off of, say, a diamond ad. But here, this media uses the style of this cursive writing to kind of poke fun, kind of poke fun or ridicule the luxurious style of these diamond advertisements. And by doing that, it shows us really the flaw behind it. And beneath the picture, there's some statistics about how many diamonds are mined, and it talks about the slave labor, and 500,000 people were either killed or died from torture. And then at the end, it says beauty isn't worth death. Now, the bottom is very factual. It gives us numbers. It gives us facts about the crisis of the mistreatment of the workers over in Africa. But at the end, it ends with this kind of idiomatic or metaphorical phrase, I guess. Beauty isn't worth death. And I think that the media used that to it's kind of a catchphrase, because we'll see later it reappears in their other ads. And so that part plays towards the memorization techniques. So when we hear that in the future, we'll know, oh, that's from the blood diamond advertisements, and so we'll know, it'll call us to memory. Okay. The next advertisement is it's on a black background, and there's a gun, and around the barrel of the gun is a diamond ring, and on the top, the header in the same cursive font as before. So it says, for every finger to receive a ring, another one must pull a trigger. And on the bottom, it has the same statistics, followed by the idiomatic phrase / catchphrase, beauty isn't worth death. Now, an imaging technique definitely used in this one is the color scheme. The color scheme is entirely darker. It's black, which is used to contrast their previous ad, which was on a white background. So this way we won't get bored of seeing kind of the same ad over and over again. And another advertisement technique is there's a gun pointed at your face in this picture. And though many of us may not have had a gun pointed at our face in real life, we know from television and movies to kind of, whoa, pay attention to that, because it means you might get shot. So that kind of definitely draws your attention to the ad. And the darkness in the background not only contrasts it from the previous images, but it also symbolizes kind of hopelessness that the workers might be feeling over there in Africa. Once again, it has the cursive font on the top to kind of mimic the luxury products. And if you besides the gun, it looks like an advertisement for a luxury jewelry product or something, but upon closer inspection, it's revealed to be kind of satirical, and because you had to kind of work, you had to read deeper to discover the satire, you will remember it better because you had to work for it. And so that brings us to our final ad, probably the most provoking of the three. It's a white background like the first ad, only this time the central picture is a severed hand, and the hand appears to belong to someone of the African race, which means it's probably a worker, and there's blood on the stump, so that's pretty provocative, pretty attention-grabbing. And we also see that there is a beautiful diamond ring on the hand, on the ring finger of the severed hand, and in the luxury font up on the top it says, "For every hand taken in marriage, another hand is taken away." Like, literally taken away. Because, and on the bottom now, instead of repeating the same statistics as before, it kind of explains itself. It says, to secure that their enslaved workers wouldn't steal them, conflict diamond gorillas would often cut off one of their hands. And then at the end it closes with the familiar catchphrase, "Beauty isn't worth death." Well, this one really kind of, it makes us think about what is really important, because this hand has a beautiful diamond ring on it, but it also doesn't have an arm or a body. So that really calls us to think about what is really important, the beauty of the diamond or the life of this person or the use of their hand. So that kind of also ties into the beauty isn't worth death, because you have a really gory severed hand, ironically having a beautiful ring around its finger. And overall, these ads are similar to each other in such a way that you could tell that they are for the same campaign, but they are also quite different, both in the heading, the background color, and the subject photograph, the subject image, that you're not going to get bored or merely skim over it, because it is quite similar to the other one. So it is different, and it's going to keep your attention going. And the catchphrase "Beauty isn't worth death" also is a method. And all of these things combined, I think, really add up to an effective use of language and imaging techniques to influence us, the public's view about this subject.